So welcome back to my video series where I am taking you through a series of weekly exercises to enable you to discover how to do what you love and what that might be. So this week we're just going to take a little detour into the world of understanding your tendencies and the kind of things that suit you and make you feel more comfortable. Because part of this work, as I've mentioned before, is all about inner discovery work. Nobody can tell you in 3 short questions what you should do with your life. What you need to do is be armored up with the tools to be able to go out and find those answers for yourself. And after spending time on inner discovery work to find out who you are, what lights you up, what your natural tendencies are, what happiness means to you, and all those kinds of things, you will be able to figure out what you want to do with your life. But you have to go through this process of taking time to get to know yourself. And so this week, I thought it'd be really fun. At the time of recording, it's the new year, and I thought it'd be fantastic to take a little quiz and discover what some of your tendencies might be when it comes to the work environment. Because deciding what you want to do with your life, what you want to do, and what it looks like to do what you love, it's going to take having a really good clue about who you are and how you thrive and what environments you thrive in. So I'm going to give you a series of 2 option questions. So it'll be the same question for every answer. Is when it comes to how I spend my day, I mostly prefer to, and then I'm going to give you 2 options and you're going to decide which ones. So maybe write down the question first. I'll repeat it again. When it comes to how I spend my day, I mostly prefer to. And then here are your options. So feel free to just pause it and write that down and then write these questions down. I'll go slowly, so hopefully you won't have to pause it too much. Okay, so I mostly prefer to be alone or be with people. Next question. I mostly prefer to be set tasks, or I mostly prefer to work autonomously. Question 3. I mostly prefer to be inside, or I mostly prefer to be outside. And just to say, with all of these questions, don't think to yourself, are we talking the weekend? Are we talking a work day? I'm talking about from your heart. If you were to just spend a day the way you'd prefer to, which out of these 2 options for all these different questions would you prefer? Don't get caught up in what would the picture look like exactly, just what feels best in here. Okay, question 4. I would mostly prefer to work from home, or I'd mostly prefer to work in a studio environment or an office environment or an environment with lots of people outside of the home. Okay, question 5. I mostly prefer to work at random times of day or to work at a set time of day. Next question. I mostly prefer to work with my hands or I mostly prefer to work with my head. Next question. I mostly prefer to work on multiple projects at once, or I mostly prefer to have one main focus with my work. And lastly, I mostly prefer to work in quiet or silence, or I mostly prefer to work with background noise. Okay, that's the end of the questions from me. Now, if you love this kind of thing and you will find it really, really useful, then I've got 2 more online quizzes which I have found online and I absolutely love them. And I highly recommend you go ahead and do these other quizzes. Adobe have a fantastic one. It's about what kind of creative you are, but I think anybody should take it. The test alone is made so beautifully. They do all these beautiful animations between each question, which are just really fun to watch. So I'll put the link below this video. And then the next one is Gretchen Rubin's 4 tendencies. So she talks you through whether you are one of 4 different personality types. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. One of them is an upholder. So that's the kind of person that when you have decided to do something or being asked to do it, you will uphold that. You will do that probably at a cost to yourself. Because the great thing with Gretchen is she hasn't only figured out what these 4 main tendencies are, she gives you advice on what to do if you are whichever tendency, because with every tendency there are going to be drawbacks to it and there are going to be things that you struggle with. Personally, I am the most unusual tendency, and a lot of tendencies you are a little bit of this and a bit of that, and it's very unusual to be this tendency and to be 100% it, and I am rebel tendency, which means I don't want to do what they want me to do, but I also don't want to do what I want to do. So you have to find a way of understanding how your brain works to be able to overcome your natural tendencies. But understanding that is, again, going to just give you another piece in this picture that we're building of who you are, what you want to do, and how you're going to thrive in life. So have huge fun with these different quizzes. They're all so fantastic and they're really going to give you great insight. And again, write down all your answers in your journal that's dedicated to discovering how to do what you love, and come back next week and we will again continue to build on this.